everyone, for those who don't know me, my name is Lindsey and I am the youth pastor at Santa Clara Church. Our youth ministry is called Thrive Youth Ministry. You can find us on Facebook. So this video that I'm making is for Santa Clara kids as well as Garden Way, and I don't know what your youth ministry is called. But Rachel and I are diving into a video series that is covering mental health, and particularly depression and anxiety gets mixed in there as well, and just how in the Old Testament and in the New Testament how God interacts with people's depression and how he comes around us and cares for us and helps us through that, and just thinking about how we can look at God's example to then help people in our lives. Maybe our friends are struggling with depression. So yeah, enjoy this video and I'll have a little chat at the end of it.
So Ahab sent to all the people of Israel and gathered the prophets together at Mount.
You need to stop following Baal. Only I am the prophet of the Lord, but Baal has 450 guys trying to speak for him. So we're going to cut up a bull and put them on the altar. Then douse them with water. Then you call out to your God, and I will call out to the Lord, the one who sends down fire and lights this thing on fire. It's the real God. Oh, Baal, answer us! Oh, no, he's not answering. Answer me, O Lord, answer me, that this people may know that you, O Lord, are God, and that they have turned their backs.
Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt offering, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces and said, "The Lord, he is God." Ahab told Jezebel what Elijah had done, that he had killed all the false prophets with the sword. Jezebel then threatened Elijah's life. Dun, 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 dun. Then Elijah ran for a long time away from the Lord. So Elijah sat under a broom tree and said, "Kill me now, God, it's all too much." And then he went to sleep. And he lay down and slept under a broom tree, and behold, an angel touched him and said to him, "Arise and eat and drink." And he slept, and he ate, and he drank again, and he slept.
Wow, what an awesome video. So that was the story of Elijah up on Mount Carmel, and God works through Elijah to perform a miracle and to show that God is the one true God, and that Baal and all the other false gods are not true, and that the other prophets need to be following the one true God. So then after Elijah comes down from the mountain, he gets a death threat, and he panics and he runs far away, days far away, days and days of running. And then God finally gets him alone and takes care of him and speaks to him. And so, yeah, we're gonna look at Elijah and depression, so how God responded to Elijah and his reactions and what we can learn from that. So the first one is an angel made sure that he ate, drank, and rested. So it said 3 times that Elijah, he slept under the tree, and then an angel provided food and water for him to strengthen him. So over here it says make sure your physical needs are met. Even ask someone to make sure you are doing these things. Sometimes it takes asking someone to keep you accountable and to check up on you, which can be really difficult, but it's necessary to take care of ourselves. The second point is that God offers counsel and asks Elijah, "Why are you here?" And what we can take from that is that it offered Elijah a time of self-examination. So thinking to yourself, what got you here in the first place? What is the situation? What are your thoughts like? Are they negative? Are you thinking really down about yourself and about those around you and your situation? And what lies is Satan trying to get you to believe? That's a big one, because when we're feeling down, that's when Satan likes to kick us while we're down and feed us lies that are easy to believe, that kind of make things worse. So, the third way that God attends to Elijah is he speaks to him in a still small voice. And so he wasn't, God wasn't in the fire or the wind or the different natural occurrences that happened, but he spoke in a still small voice. And so what we can glean from this is to be in the Word consistently so that we have opportunities to hear from God's Spirit. Listen to God's truth and what He might be speaking to you. So just putting yourself in a place where you can receive what He's offering to you. The fourth point out of 5 is that God sent Elijah out to get involved in ministry again. So he got Elijah being active instead of just laying there under his tree. So for us, we can get active or involved in something. Maybe it's a hobby or meeting up with somebody else. Now that could look like doing a video chat with a friend. Create a structured routine for your day. And so not just letting hours mesh into each other and sleeping in your pajamas and then living in your pajamas the whole day, but actually getting dressed and making your bed, having a morning routine, breaks throughout the day, things like that. And doing different things can change our mindset and perspective. So if you're just sitting on the couch, thinking about all the things that are difficult and the things that you miss and everything sucks and how am I going to get through this, sometimes just going for a walk around the block or going through a coffee stand line and getting a coffee, a change of scenery can change your mindset. And then the last point is that God provides a friend for Elijah, which is a man named Elisha, who eventually ends up learning from Elijah and then taking his place. But I think what we can learn is that it's essential to reach out and to let others know that you're struggling, because sometimes people, they're so kind of wrapped up in their own world that they don't necessarily think about how other people might be struggling. And so, yeah, sometimes it just takes advocating for yourself and initiating conversations, which can be hard, but again, praying and asking God to help you with that would be your best bet. So those are some ways that God came alongside someone who was feeling depressed and didn't see where to go next, and God didn't shame him and make him feel bad for feeling those things, but He addressed his feelings and reoriented his thoughts and sent him on his way so he can continue being in ministry. So I hope this video encourages you, and we look forward to Rachel's video about the New Testament.